Is anybody here?
Yes, people are piling in.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All
We're
right,
good.
cool. And all right, we got Mark trading nickels, Lucas Bradley. I know we're a little late, guys. Let's just take a look into.
Did anybody drop the link in the?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, Mark. There was a little bit of a delay on our end. I had to get my hat on.
The crypto sombrero.
This is good luck. So guys, it was Hanukkah yesterday, and if anybody else here celebrates Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. But I gave my family all some Bitcoin on the Cash App. Just sent them all their first Bitcoin. Well, not a whole Bitcoin, but I gave them like $50 each. And my mom and my sister and my whole family are like running around like, I got $50.02. I got $49.88. Like, this is so excited, and everybody's like, oh, I got to get more. Like, this isn't enough. So everybody, my suggestion is go give your family Bitcoin for the holidays, but don't take it out of your personal stash. Buy new I refuse to give it out of my personal stash. I had to use more fiat.
Yeah, totally. I did that like a couple of weeks ago. I showed two friends how to use a wallet and hold the phones together, and
my family is not that technologically competent. I just had that. They already had the Cash App. I just sent them. They have a wallet address on the Cash App. I just sent them some Bitcoin to that wallet address.
Nice.
You can just send to all contacts too if you want.
Yeah.
He's not that nice.
I'm just sending to new users. So I'm just gonna start doing that. Anytime I have lunch with somebody who doesn't know, doesn't have Bitcoin, I'm gonna give them $25 worth of Bitcoin and get them started.
It's a good deal. They give you money too, I think.
Okay. Alex, ready to go?
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Sorry we were a couple minutes late and delay. We're just doing some final touches on some updates for you guys. We're gonna real quickly before I do anything, I'm gonna let Ryan Gorman, who's our legal correspondent, do a disclaimer real quick, and then we'll jump right in.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. All the information provided on this AMA and on the chain service is for informational purposes only. This is not investment advice and should not be construed as such.
All right, now on to the better stuff. First thing we're going to do today's meeting, we're going to do our platform updates. Then we're going to go to Weston's Trading Corner. Actually, really excited about that one today. We're then going to talk. Josh has the weekly research from the TIE, which is out, which we're going to hit up. And then we got a couple big ones on the sentiment radar that we're going to walk through as well. So it should be good. This might be a little quicker AMA than the previous week, but let me give it over to Ryan to go over the platform updates real quick for you guys.
All right, guys, we have some great news for you. We mentioned last week that we're going to migrating the Trade the Chain community to a more feature-rich and interactive platform. And that platform, as some of you already know, is Discord. There are a handful of minor bells and whistles that still need to be ironed out, so to speak, or added, dot our I's, cross our T's, and we should be ready to launch this new community next week. We can't share everything that we're adding yet, but we can tell you that one feature that has been requested quite a bit by the community is a water cooler room. Sometimes conversations aren't necessarily about crypto. They veer off into the unknown. So people have asked us for that room to have those conversations in. We will be adding it there. Another thing we're going to add is user polls for tokens to be added, for features to be added, for anything you guys and girls think is important that isn't on the platform. We'll put it to a community vote and we'll take it from there. And also, we did mention democratizing Trade the Chain, yes. And we also mentioned last week a community portal. Slight tech issue delayed its rollout this week, but that has since been ironed out. And we expect to have this go live in the coming days.
Now, I do want to say to that, because that's been a big thing. And I see Patricio, I hope I pronounced your name right, Patricio. By the way, I love your avatar in the community. But he says, no, Slack is much better crap. Listen, I'm of an age where I don't like change too much. I'm in my mid-40s, and so when I have to switch to something, it's a big deal, and I often complain. I did complain about Discord. I was telling everybody, and they just call me an old man. But the thing with Slack is that I use Slack every day for my regular job in crypto, and it works great and it's beautiful. And we started using Slack from day one on Trade the Chain. The problem is we ran into limits. You're supposed to have unlimited community members joining up. They actually capped us, and we stalled for a couple of days in adding people.
Yeah, they
and
were
stuff like
blocking
that.
us from
Because we
adding
were
new
too
members
active.
and things.
Yeah. We're just it was ridiculous. So, but I will say about Discord, and Josh and Ben from the Thai and Ryan Weston, Doug, and everybody here just been working hard together to put all the bells and whistles. It is going to be the best Discord. It's going to be the top of the line Discord. We've paid for full functionality. You actually can't hype up the functionality on the Discord community that we've built, no matter how much more money we threw at it. It's all Discord will let us do. So it includes everything from, like, if I wanted to, two members wanted to call each other, they can call each other through the thing in high definition. There's integrated video capabilities and stuff like that.
Categories, channels,
yeah.
specific.
Channels, categories, there's integrated Zoom for us to do stuff in there. So it really is going to be good. I've been testing it all week, and I've learned to navigate it pretty well, like Slack. So I'm excited about it. It's like the Rolls Royce of Discords.
One more thing, real quick, Alex, that I wanted to bring up. Trading Nickels just reached out to me about, notifications from some of the rooms, especially water cooler, right? We can fully customize rooms to be read only. We can fully customize who gets notifications from what. We just have so much more flexibility on Discord that we didn't have on Slack, that we're doing this because we want to provide a better experience to all of you. And though the initial day or two that you're on it might be a bit of a challenge, just getting used to the new platform, it's very intuitive. It's just as easy to use as Slack, and we hope you'll grow to love it as much as we do.
Yeah,
And
I'll be on it the whole day, by the way.
If you ever have any car repair questions, hit up Trading Nickels. That's what he does. He has a YouTube video on it.
He trades crypto now, though.
Okay, so that out of the way, I hope we didn't upset anybody with that new feature coming out. The community resource portal that he touched on, that is my fault. Let's see here. Oh, Weston's Trading Corner we got up next. This is a really exciting one, guys. Weston is like the resident every minute of the day trader. I swear to God, the dude texted me like earlier in the week. He heard his phone go off. He has a special ringer. So when he gets a SigDev alert, it makes like a cash register sound, and he was in the shower and he like tripped and fell and knocked his head against the floor and everything, trying to get to his phone. So he's
didn't know you were going to share that, but well, it's true.
But yeah, Weston, over to you for Weston's Trading Corner. Let us know what your big winner for the week.
Okay, yeah. So this one's actually super awesome. Came last night at 1:07, I believe. Cool alert. Discord actually comes a microsecond faster than Slack, which is just another thing that has now been proven out, like over 10 different listings. So I get the Discord ones like a bleep second faster. But can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is D-Force, ticker DF. We got an alert at, I believe, is it 12:57 or 1:57? 12:57 Central Standard Time. And you should be seeing
that alert, by the way, beat Binance's own Twitter and Telegram channel by 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Yes, I was gonna get there.
Weston, share your screen, Weston.
Oh, you still can't see it? Okay.
No.
How about now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. So, and I literally, so I keep like some dry powder, like $1,000 ready for just like these exact moments. And so just to walk everyone through this, D-Force, we got the announcement, SigDev. I got my money noise on my phone, so I know it's a alert to make money on, and that's why I tripped and stuff on the other one. But this one I was at my computer, so I just didn't. But if you look at the first on the upper left, that's D-Force. That's at 1 a.m. So I was trying to get the 1257. It was actually down. So I got in like before there at 11 cents. I got in at like 10 cents. But
you can see that on the bottom right, you got in at 8.9 cents.
Perfect.
So
yeah,
you got in at 12:58. You got in before that movement started, before Binance sent the alert out on Telegram or Twitter. So before the rest of the market had the opportunity to act.
Yeah, and so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna share my real, legit, like what I did last night. Those like this is real from a MetaMask account. Like I just literally chucked Unilend some Chainlink, and then that last one there, I meant to do 1.5 Ether, 0.04. So I missed out on some gains, but nonetheless, you can see on the lower right corner, there's the buys. There's a sell today at 937. I kept about 3,000 just to see, you know, and then profit loss $1,200 for about 5 clicks and 2 minutes of time.
And that profit loss was on $1,000, which is less than the cost of an annual trade the trade subscription. On one trade last night, you made more on one trade. You made more than the entire value of an annual subscription.
Yes. That's pretty
with $1,000.
Incredible. Yes. Yeah, with just $1,000. It's not like I had to put $100,000 in. I wish I would.
And we sent out last week, I think, 3 alerts that were more than 25-30% winners. That was before the rest of the market had the chance to enter in on them. So, you know, this is, you know, we've been pretty consistent the last few weeks on giving you guys massive opportunities and make sure that you guys know how to take advantage of these. I know Weston is putting together some training materials. I presume those are going to be up on the new landing page, and I know Weston's talked about it before as well. But, you know, we are here to help you take advantage of these opportunities, help you understand these opportunities, help you understand which exchanges to take advantage of the most. I posted some research today, and what we found is that there are 4 major exchanges that have the biggest impact on price. It's Binance, Coinbase/Coinbase Pro. Coinbase itself has a bigger impact than Coinbase Pro. OKEX, and the last was, what is the Korean exchange that we keep getting great alerts on?
BitHum.
BitHum. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
So those 4 exchanges have the biggest impact, and so we've had a few listing events on other exchanges, and you know, they don't have as big of an impact broadly speaking, but they usually don't have any downside. But it's those four exchanges that you should be most aware of.
Yeah, and then I can walk anyone through, you know, how, again, the procedural, how this happened, and like it literally took 2 minutes to get in.
1 minute. You're in at 12:58. We got the alert at 12:57, so it took you less than 2 minutes.
It took me 1 minute. Yeah. Wow. So it was a great experience, but like you said, Josh, I mean, literally, this is an annual subscription in one thing. So
more than an annual subscription. Annual subscription plus profit, plus a nice dinner for you and your family.
Steak for dinner. Steak for dinner and an annual off of one trade. Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
So we
fired up about this.
Part of Weston's strategy here, and part of what makes him successful on here, what's made Alex successful in the past, is using these price predictions, right? And we've had a handful of questions about the price predictions over the past week or two, because I guess we haven't done a good enough job explaining them ourselves, right? So you have 3 prices on the site, and on the prediction itself.
Ryan, do you want me to run through how it works?
Yeah,
I can do it in 5 seconds.
Or
easy.
Ryan, do it.
Go for it. Go for it.
I got it. You have 3 prices on there, and if you're going to look at these prices, look at them in the sense of, you have the low end, and then you have the high end, the left and right sides, and in the middle, that's the most likely outcome. So our certainty in predicting these prices is over 90%, given the data that we have and the history of the platform itself. But when you're looking at the range of possible outcomes, you have the low end, the high end, and then you have the median, and you're most likely to meet somewhere in the middle around that price. If you have any more questions about how we come up with those calculations, we can talk offline, including about why historical data isn't provided, but ultimately it's because you have confirmation bias, people delete tweets if they're wrong, and ultimately the data would be inaccurate compared to what it is in real time.
The other thing that I would just add is, so what it really looks at is price momentum. So if you're a technical trader, it takes into account price momentum. That's a huge part of it. And sentiment. So it basically is mostly price momentum driven with about a 25% tilt using sentiment. And so that's how it's created. So it combines basically technical analysis with sentiment data in one to kind of give you a better overview of the market.
So if you do use TA in your process, you could take that and then go look at a chart, right? Josh, you're kind of saying and confirm for yourself.
Here, I just want to share. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So yeah. So what Ryan, Josh, and Weston are describing, folks, for the guys who maybe weren't understanding verbally, for some of the new members, is this right here, this 1 hour projection, which is really the starting point.
That's good.
What?
I want to get in on that.
Yeah, let's get in on AVAX, guys. Now.
So AVAX, as you can see here, is what I call a triple green. And this is the high end projection for the 1 hour, the low end projection for the 1 hour, and the middle one is the mean. Now this mean middle one is 2.94%, just like track below it is 2.65%. So this is where the majority of them fall or are around this mean. So having a triple green is great, but having this really popping middle mean is really fantastic. So AVAX hot right now.
And the trading volume was up too, I think I saw.
Yeah, trading volume's up 37%.
If anyone knows why AVAX is popping offhand, feel free to share it in the AMA chat.
I do. They had a big announcement this week.
There you go.
Yeah, check it out. They're doing big stuff.
Mark Bose asked on any experience on how to treat for a runner. I'm not exactly 100% sure what that means. Do either of you?
Mark, what's the runner?
While he's clarifying that, I guess we could also give a handful of shout outs to the community as well. Welcoming new member Sean Hayes, welcome. Thanks for joining. And again to Patricio, who he's been with us only a week, but he jumped in pretty quickly last night to answer the question about how the price predictions work, and answered it better than any of us have, I think, more succinctly anyway, in like a sentence or two. So thanks for that, Patricio. You're a great addition to the community.
A forerunner, Mark, or a front runner?
Oh, a front runner. A front runner, he means. Because manipulate the price on Uniswap. So he's talking about people front running trades.
Okay. All right. So
Josh, you have some thoughts on that?
Any experience?
Yeah, I mean that's a difficult question, right?
There's
inevitably. Look, I don't know if I have a good answer for you or not, as it relates to somebody trying to front run.
There's no way to stop it. You don't know who the front runner is. Front running typically happens like on traditional side when you give a broker an order and that brokerage house trades ahead of your order and beats you to it, which is illegal. But when it comes to crypto, which is even grayer when it comes to trading relationships, I don't see how you can even know it's happening. And that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if there's evidence of that at this point. It's a decentralized exchange, so it's not like there's a broker who's going in front running your trade. It's not like your order flow is being sold to anybody. It's decentralized, right? So your order is just being matched with by a counterparty.
I don't think anybody can. You even front run on a DEX?
Yeah, you can. So that ticker I just sent in, UNDB, it's a bot that if you own the token, it allows you to front run. Nothing you can do to, at least as far as I know.
But on a listing or on a significant development or on an event when you're trading it, even if you get front run by 1/4%, I mean, Weston showed you he made 90% plus on his trade.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you guys actually use those triple green? This comes for Trucio. Do you guys actually use the triple green on the low cap coins for something? I find that getting in with something like $1,000, try to get about 2% up and then pay fees on swaps isn't really worth my time unless it's Bitcoin and I can quickly trade on leverage. Okay, so that's a good question. Now, I actually I trade on sentiment more than I do on SigDev. So I'm like the exact opposite of Weston. And I went through this a couple of weeks ago, but I'll go through it right now again as well. Let me share my screen. Let's see. Boom. All right, everybody see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so perfect. Avalanche is actually a really, really great example here because what's going to happen with Avalanche, I'm going to be looking. I have a bunch of screens in front of me. That's why
We're on the agenda, Alex.
Oh, that's not good.
That's the chat. There we go.
Okay, guys.
I see it. We're good.
So for this,
if you're wondering why there was a technical difficulties getting the website up this week, there's your technical difficulty.
All right, guys, I'm so sorry, man. So I have a bunch of screens that I slide stuff around like the Minority Report, down. And so the coin screener page is on one of them. And what it's doing is I'm looking at the top down of the 1 hour projection from positive to negative. So for instance, Avalanche looks good to me. If I was to trade strictly off the sentiment, because there's a couple of ways I do this, I look at the 1 hour projection range. I'm really intrigued when I see a triple green happening like we're seeing here with AVAX, especially how it's overweight to the top. And now, even from discussing it before, you can see we're across the 3% mean in the middle. So now it's really, really, really intriguing. I then look over to the relative tweet volume. So the relative tweet volume here is 53.2%. I'm liking that right now. And then the relative trading volume is 23.82%. Now, what the relative trading volume is telling me in conjunction with the tweet volume is that it's not just a bunch of noise that's going around Twitter. We actually have trading volume that's increasing as well. And so that's going to be really important to factor in. So I have my triple green in the middle. I have my tweet volume with a solid positive number, my trading volume with a solid positive number. I'm really happy about that. I now look to the left. Daily sentiment. We got a bullish with a 67 score. We're overweight on the daily sentiment. And looking at the 24-hour price projection, I can see that it's not too volatile. It's not up 25%, 30% like that. So then I would make my trade based on that if I was just doing sentiment. If I'm not convinced, and I don't follow AVAX in particular, so I'm going to go to the next thing. I'm going to go do what you guys do. I'm going to go to the charts. I'm going to check out the charts. I'm going to see what we have for our 1 hours and what the candles are telling us, and see if it's something I want to enter into, because I'm only going to be in this for the next 30 to 2 hours tops, depending on the momentum. If I'm doing all technical analysis, I'll use sentiment trading in order to grab the top 5 to be able just to go directly to the charts and see if I like what I'm seeing there rather than scanning hundreds and hundreds of coins. So that's basically in a nutshell, quickly how I use the sentiment trading on a day-over-day basis.
And one thing to add too, which I know you didn't look at, but does everybody know that you can customize the columns and add additional rows and features and metrics?
Let me get to that too. Let me go back to screen.
Because one of the metrics that I actually like to look at is hourly sentiment as well, which I know you didn't have up there. Hourly sentiment looks at how positive or negative people are over the last hour versus the previous 24 hours. So if you see a positive daily sentiment score, which looks at the last 20 days or the last day versus the previous 20 days, and a positive hourly, that means not only are people more excited today versus the previous 20 days, but people are significantly more excited in the last hour than they've been over the last day. And if you're trying to look at trends in terms of where people are most positive, being able to look at the hourly and daily at the same time is usually a good way to get a sense of whether or not people are super excited about an asset or not at any interval of time.
Hey, you guys see my coin screener page again?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so folks, this is what we do. We go over here, and first, let me just hit the easy one, the filter button, okay, for favorites. This is where you hit this star, okay, and then you can just filter your favorites and not be cluttered up there. Another thing is what Josh was speaking about is you have the customized columns. So you hit customized columns, you get all these different options. So you could do market cap dominance. You could do 1 hour USD.
We can't see. Or you clicked on it. Your screen may have frozen.
Well, you see me choosing it, right?
No.
No.
Okay, watch. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on all of it.
No. I think your screen froze.
Yeah, we can't see anything.
Can you
else.
unshare your screen and reshare?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yes. All right, now go back to customize columns.
You see everybody. You see how many rows I got going across?
Mhm.
This is what it looks like with the regular when you sign up for Trade the Chain.
What he
Okay.
just did there is he clicked reset default, which gives you the default view when you sign up for Trade the Chain. But now he's going into customize columns.
So you go into customized columns. You guys see it?
Mhm.
You have all these choices. So 1 hour change, 1 hour sentiment, daily sentiment, momentum, average trading volume.
And
1
daily
hour.
sentiment momentum is going to be kind of similar to that hourly sentiment score. So what daily sentiment momentum looks at is the 15-minute change in daily sentiment score. And so if you're looking to see giant sentiment swings in one direction or the other, that's a really good way to use it. And it's potentially because of some news or some market moving information, and all of a sudden people are changing their perception of an asset very fast.
So
Is
these
that
are-
on 24 days, Josh, or 20 days?
It compares the last hour or the last 24 hours versus the previous 20 days. So it's the
Okay.
daily sentiment score, but it looks at a 15-minute change in that metric.
So,
Got
so folks, you have all these different options to choose from, and you want to play around and see what the best tools are for you. Now, if you look at my screen now, I'll go hit reset default. This is what you guys are looking at now. This is what we put down as the most important that we feel from a baseline to start with. So, play around with it.
For
Cool,
US
I have a-
residents, Avalanche is available on Voyager also, by the way,
That's going to make a lot of people happy right now.
in case you were wondering.
I have a couple interesting data points to share if you guys are ready.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. It's the Thai weekly research.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of our researchers decided that his internet wasn't going to work this morning, so now he's running around to go find a Starbucks to finish our weekly research. But I have a preview of some stuff that we put together actually for our partners at eToro. I can't screen share, Alex.
Oh,
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I have to jump. I have a call I
Yeah.
have to attend. Thank you everyone for joining. I will see you, I guess, on the Trade the Chain webcast later today.
cool.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks, Ryan.
Okay, I am equally as bad at finding what I need to find as you are, apparently.
Oh, one of the things that,
Oh, okay.
guys, this is as Josh goes in and sets this up. I want to announce something that's going to be big, and we actually took on a head of research, and our first member exclusive research and market commentary that's going to be daily Monday through Friday is actually coming out on this Monday. It comes out around 11 a.m. EST. Will be posted into the inner circle chat. And you'll get to meet Dennis, who's going to be our new head of research. But that's going to be daily research and commentary. And I've known Dennis for a while. He's in Forbes and CNN last week, and he's a big time crypto researcher on the institutional side. So it's going to be some great data points we're going to be giving just for you guys. It's not going to be public.
Exclusive. right?
Dennis is only writing research for the members.
Huge benefit.
Awesome. Awesome. So this is even better than my research because my research is just a sneak peek. This is an exclusive. So not only are you guys going to get sneak peeks and some interesting tidbits from us, but also exclusives just for you guys, which is great to see. So here's some research that we've done. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Wow.
So Bitcoin's tweet volume has hit a new yearly high from a 30-day average perspective. So we're still around March 2018 numbers. We're still nowhere near where we were at the end of 2017, early 2018. But tweet volume this year has basically doubled, which is really exciting. And I think the most exciting part, and I think we've talked about this before, is the fact that the everyday investor still isn't here. Even though we're seeing a spike in Twitter conversations, for the most part, the everyday investor is not here yet. And this rally has been driven by institutions. And one thing to note is just how sustained it's been. Obviously, we're all upset that Bitcoin's only at $18,000, but if we looked at the last run up, in 2017, Bitcoin was at $20,000, $19,000, $18,000 for about a day. And this has been sustained for a few weeks already. And we see, Mass Mutual and other large, traditional institutions and enterprises allocating into the space, which is great. And I think, once we overcome that 20K hurdle, eventually, we're going to see this number continue to spike. But I think this is something to be aware of. Continue to monitor relative tweet volume on Trade the Chain, because it's a really great way to see if that retail interest is coming into the space, and specifically focus on Bitcoin. Because if you see relative tweet volume on Bitcoin spiking by 50%, 30%, 100%, that is huge. And we usually see that coinciding with massive days.
And for all coins too, probably, as well, right, Josh? Like it lifts the tide.
If everything is spiking at the same time, yeah. That's usually a good sign that a big day is coming. Next thing is look at Stellar trading volume. Oh my goodness. Stellar trading volume is up 517% in the last 60 days, which is wild. Let me go to TTC and actually see what the price change on the asset's been over the last 30 days.
It's like 100%.
Let's see. Stellar over the last 30 days is up 89.58%, and trading volume's up 517%. That's pretty massive.
There's a lot of happy people out there.
We've seen Litecoin, long-term sentiment scores start to surge since the news that I think it's available to trade on PayPal.
Does anybody buy Litecoin anymore, Josh?
I do not know. I mean, the founder of Litecoin doesn't even own any Litecoin, so Charlie Lee doesn't hold any Litecoin. But interesting to see Litecoin sentiment shifting. It's now available, and even if institutions aren't buying Litecoin, if individual investors are interested in the value prop of Litecoin and are now buying it on PayPal, that's certainly a potentially a positive for the asset.
Are you seeing, Josh, are you guys seeing over there PayPal having a really profound effect on the sentiment now that when they list a coin?
Well, so it's hard to tell because they listed 5 coins concurrently. So it's not like Binance or Coinbase yet where they're listing on one-off basis. So we are connected to PayPal. We don't know how they're going to announce a listing. So when PayPal announces the listing, we may not be able to have that right away. But once they've done one listing, we will have every listing going forward. So there's no way to pull data on it yet because they just haven't done it. When they launched, they announced 5 assets. But I assume that PayPal will have a massive impact on prices if they list a smaller asset, just because of how giant the market is. And, the fact that I forgot what the number is, but it's a very large number of PayPal clients that have already interacted with crypto.
Yeah, I think they're having a profound effect. So it's interesting to see the data.
Well, did you hear that they're buying 70% of all newly mined Bitcoin?
Yep. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's a ridiculous metric though, the buying X% of newly mined Bitcoin, because somebody's like Grayscale's buying 120% and they're buying 70% and this and that.
And Square's buying 40.
It's more than 100%.
So look, newly mined Bitcoin gets sold OTC, it gets sold on exchange, right? PayPal's not going out and buying newly mined coins alone. But then I think what Weston's point is that the demand for Bitcoin among PayPal users is equivalent to 70% of the new supply. But if you look at Square, all the Bitcoin being bought there, Grayscale, 3IQ, Bitwise now, all of these different companies, it far exceeds the amount of newly minted coin.
Yes.
And so the next piece that I have is that the XRP army is back, at least temporarily. I don't know if anybody saw, Mazzari put out a giant state of crypto report, which called XRP dog shit or something else like that. And Ryan Selkis, the founder, basically got, spit roasted after making that claim by the XRP army. And this is not the first time that he's been threatened, but it's interesting to see that this come back. I mean, it's up, similar to Bitcoin, it's doubled this year, up very much from November lows. We will see if that continues, if that trend continues. I'm not sure it will, but it's a massive spike. I mean, it's more than doubled month over month, the number of people talking about XRP.
XRP holders have waited 3 years for this.
Yeah, and it's shown really strong resistance or support, excuse me, at like 56 or 58 cents from my own personal analysis. So it's just been interesting to follow this over the past month, like with that data that Josh just alluded to.
All right, guys. One of the things I want to end with is some of the sentiment, TTC sentiment. Two really big gainers, or top of the list guys, were EWT Energy Web Token, which made its way to the top of the coin screener page this week after relative tweet volume started to increase. The social sentiment surge was soon followed by a 2,800% increase in tweet activity this week, despite mostly flat trading. So a lot of activity on the coin relative tweet volume, but not a lot of price action on that coin. But
yeah, it went from like an average of point something tweets a day. We look at a 30-day average to like 15 tweets, and because of that, it spiked by a lot.
Yeah.
And so, if it averages 0.5 and it goes to 15, that's a 3,000% spike. So what we're doing on our end is also just making sure that we're only showing coins that have a large amount of tweets on average, just to make sure that, we're seeing really notable, spikes. And something that you guys should be aware of is we have an average tweet volume column for you guys. So when you're looking at that, that relative tweet volume, it's very easy to decipher whether or not that really matters or not, depending on what the average, number of tweets on an asset is. So for example, Verge actually is seeing an 134% spike in tweets, but average is 82 tweets. So in that case, that's actually a very, very notable spike in Verge conversations. And likewise on Dash averages 303 and is up about 115%.
Dash has had a good run.
I think it's also important to point out, Josh, your team and your algorithms, they're going to continue to get better, right? I mean, like, that's the whole point of this data and the sentiment. You learn things and then you can improve it and make it more valuable, which is, I just think, such a bright future for using this type of analysis for the community and for trading. Yeah,
and if you guys have other ideas for metrics or things that you want to see, we're open to adding new additional sentiment metrics, new ideas, and we're all for the community giving us some feedback on what you guys want to see that could even be exclusive to TTC and not even on our traditional platform for institutions.
Yeah, we're constantly playing with stuff, and like I said, in the Discord, the new Discord community, there'll be a place where the community can put in their recommendations. We run them through for viability, see if it works with the product, and then unveil them on a priority basis based on that. Last one for Sentiment Radar this week, Voyager token, ticker VGX. It was bouncing near the top. It had like 900 to 2,000% in tweet volume increase after announcing its token migration with the French crypto exchange for LGO markets, and that would be with the LGO token. They're doing a migration. I hopped on the phone with my buddy Steve Ehrlich, the CEO of Voyager, beginning of the week. I asked him what he thinks is a time frame for that migration. He said, Alex, we're trying to do it, get this done before the end of the year. So anybody following the migration of VGX, from Steve's own mouth, trying to get it done before the end of the year. yeah, that's all the exciting stuff we have.
Any final questions from the chat before we sign off? Speak now or forever until next week, or you go into the Slack channel.
Oh, and don't worry, guys. We're going to warn everybody on the switch over to Discord with plenty of lead time for the community members. We're not just going to do it to you and have you guess on how.
We'll continue to pipe in alerts into both temporarily.
Yeah, it'll be seamless, totally seamless.
Yeah, there'll be an overlap, guys. So I know we're working with everybody here. There'll be an overlap. You're not going to lose anything. So okay, great. We'll wrap up for this week. Sorry we had to cut it a little short with some things, other engagements. Don't forget, and oh, that hat is beautiful, man. I love the hat. Weekly episode of Trade the Chain with TA, technical analysis on the big boards and some other hot or not lists. This week is coming out in a couple hours. On the YouTube channel, we'll drop that into the community. I can tell you between our internal webcast chat that we have Monty and CJ have picked hot theta and XMR and not, and this is quoting CJ in a text to me, not is going to be Link and any DeFi asset for this week. So guys, head over and watch that. We'll drop the link in the community and we'll give you the technical analysis on what's going on. It's going to be interesting for Bitcoin. We're getting a little bored now that it's been going sideways. Yes, Patricio, I will part with this on my camera question. Alex, you got to do something about the camera focus on your thing.
I'll help you.
My Logitech HD camera got swiped by my son, and I had to run out to the store, and I picked up this cheap Chinese knockoff for like $20, and this thing sucks.
You look good right now. Never mind.
No, there you go.
Exactly.
Weston, show him the hair before we sign off.
Yeah. Wait, guys. Everybody, just wait and see Weston's hair before you get.
Oh, it's back down. It's back down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's wrong with my hair?
No, it was you. You had a great afro before. It was spectacular.
Yeah, I'll go with the golf course look. But I was gonna say, no one noticed in my background the Bitcoin picture. I put it on my wall.
Looks nice. Oh, real quick, guys.
Is that Michael Saylor in the bottom left under it or no?
It is.
Is it actually?
It is.
Wait, go get the picture. Bring that over here.
Yeah,
go get the picture.
Wait, now I'm.
How did I notice that? Wait, how did I know? That's weird, but I don't know how I noticed that.
Oh my God, guys! If you're
Weston has a shrine to Michael Saylor.
Is that Alex Mashinsky next to him?
Yes, it is.
Is that my picture next to Alex Mashinsky?
Yeah. Let's call it that.
No, I meant the one of the dog. That's me.
No, that's Duke, my dog. The other one is Elon Musk.
Guys, we have real quick. We're also dropping a cool bunch of videos this week on the YouTube channel. I sat down with Brock Pierce and I brought along Rob from Digital Asset News to join me on that. So Rob and I had a great conversation with Brock Pierce for about an hour. This past week, we're going to drop that in the channel.
Rumor has it that Brock Pierce had a 40th birthday party that ended in every guest getting COVID last week.
Well, we must have taped it right before his COVID party. Oh my God. He has fabulous hair. Fabulous hair. We were on camera. He had fabulous hair.
He would rock this hat way
Lucas
better.
Bradley says that rumor is true.
Yeah, I saw that too. He was running for president. So
now a couple of other interviews. We've got an educational series I did with we did an episode with Hedge Tech, crypto market maker. It's really going to be an interesting show on everybody to, if you don't understand how buyers and sellers get matched up on both sides of a trade. I did a bunch of videos and I just don't remember them all. Oh, one that's coming up, and I know you guys are going to be give me heck for it. But I'm talking been texting back and forth with Richard Hart. We're going to do a video, I think, next week. Don't give me flack. I just want to give the guy a little nudge in the stomach about why Hex is plummeting and what happened to everybody getting rich. That's about it.
That's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that.
All right,
All
guys.
right, guys, I'm getting a
thank you.
call. I got to run. Happy weekend. Happy holidays. We'll speak next week.
Happy
Thanks.
weekend, everybody. Take it easy. Thanks, everyone.
All right. See you in the chats. Bye.
Bye.